plans of God and the plans of men are oftentimes different, but sometimes they intersect.
Well, what's going on?
Oh, just hanging out in the hospital. I kind of like to do that right before bow season. And dang yellow jackets, hornets, wasps. I mean, I got stung by all of them on a mission trip about 2 weeks ago. My arm swelled up a lot bigger than this. And silly me, I wouldn't go to the doctor till this week. And when I went, he's like, "You're being admitted today, and we're going to do emergency surgery on your arm and get all this infection out. How about that?" I was like, "I really don't have time for that." He said, "Well, you're going to make time." But God has a way of humbling us really quick.
The essence of who we are and the realities in which we stand are evidence of things unseen. And the individual frames of our life that exist between the beginning and the end are influenced with purpose. They are the shadows of the substance. They are the moments that are leading us to hallowed ground.
We
61.
Yeah, we better 60. With my arm the way it is. It's healing up nice, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of.
Last year, I made the offhanded comment in one of the episodes about how Rick Thomas hits the woods from day one of season and then just grinds it out until the very end. And I guess I put some kind of curse on him whenever I said that, because day one of season this year, he was not in the woods. But for anybody that knows Rick, they know that an injury is not going to sideline him for very long. Very determined, hard-working guy. And by the time the rut was rolling around, he had got his arm pretty close to being back into shape and ready to pull a bow back.
Just got the new bow in. Come up here to Oak Grove Archery, and Craig set them up for us. So we are getting ready to shoot the first arrow out of the new bow. Well, perfect bullet hole. First time.
I am a go, go, go kind of person. I am always working, always on the move. And usually come September 15th, I am always hunting. And this year, when I got hurt and got sick at the mission trip down in Arkansas, and I had to spend some time in the hospital, it kind of slowed me down, and it was really frustrating to me. But my plans are definitely different than God's plans, so I knew that I had to take some time off, get myself well, and get back in shape in order to at least be prepared and ready to hunt the rut.
My arm is finally healed up, and I I am tired of having cabin fever. I am ready to get out in the woods and go hunting. I am getting ready to head to North Missouri to hunt some of the farms that we've been successful in the past. If I happen to kill a nice buck there, I'm gonna head to Kansas and go after this big boy right here. This is a buck that Daniel and I have been hunting for the last 3 or 4 years, and these are the sheds off of him when he was 4.5. So hopefully he'll come by the stand.
This episode brought to you by Bloodsport Archery, 100% carbon, hand-sorted premium arrows.
I demand the best. In a game of inches, when the smallest imperfections can mean the difference between success and failure, I feel confident knowing that every QAD Ultra-Rest has been designed, manufactured, and assembled right here on American soil. With unparalleled precision and uncompromised quality, the Ultra-Rest is more than a piece of equipment. It's a part of who we are. I shoot the Ultra-Rest, America's Rest, only by Quality Archery Designs.
Hallowed Ground Outdoors is brought to you by Dave Smith Decoys, the highest quality decoys on the market, made in the USA.
I just got down out of my tree stand and started doing a little scouting. Seen one little buck this morning and some turkeys, but this place is tore up in here with rubs, and I walked out on the field and there's several scrapes out there, so I think I'll kill one in the next few days here. Look at some of these rubs.
My first stop on my journey after leaving home was Northwest Missouri, where I couldn't wait to get into the famous gasoline stand. And after hunting there and one other spot for a couple days and seeing some smaller bucks, I knew it was just going to be a matter of time before a big boy would come by. And the first mature buck that walked by really had me tempted. Having to film myself and hunt, when a buck comes by, you only have a little bit of time to make that decision. And I was kind of upset that I made the decision to pass that buck. So I decided that if he came back by, I was going to take a shot. So the next day I moved to a different location a few miles away, and right at last light, I had, I think, the same buck come by. It had a double main beam on the same side as the other one, and I knew if he gave me an opportunity, I was going to let an arrow fly. Watching that arrow fly over that buck's back was pretty disappointing. I knew that with my season cut short that I probably just ruined all chances of killing one, because on mature bucks you just don't get them every day.
This episode of Hallowed Ground Outdoors is brought to you by Quality Archery Designs. Focus on the shot. We'll take care of the rest. Tinks, industry-leading lures and attractants. Non-typical wildlife solutions. Protect your plot with a hot zone deer exposure system. Night muzzle loaders. Power, style, safety, and accuracy. accuracy. Heuman's Extendable Premium Tree Saws. Evolved Harvest. Grow more groceries per acre. Lakewood Products. Extreme cases for the sportsman. Wild Game Innovations. Nutrition. Attraction. Action.
Tinks Scent Systems. Turn a big buck's desires into your advantage. Appeal to his appetite in the early season with our forage system. Challenge his dominance with our pre-rut system. Draw on his need to breed with our rut system. Tinks Scent Systems. Now you have the advantage.
This is the Midwest, the heartland. A place where hard work has collided with innovation for decades. The spirit that's driven men and women forward for generations is the same spirit that drives us today. People ask from year to year if we're building a new bow, and we'd rather say we're building a bow that's better. We are Athens, and it's not about being the biggest, it's about building the best.
I just got everything all set up and getting things ready to go for the morning hunt. It's November 6th and we finally got a cold front to come through. The last couple days it's been like 50 something degrees and it's not real cold, but it's like 34 degrees this morning. So hopefully that'll get the bucks moving and get deer moving in general, really.
The next morning was a perfect day. It was cool, it was crisp, it was just a real good chill in the air, and it was clear. Just a perfect morning for rattling, and I was in the perfect spot to rattle.
This strip of woods isn't very long, but I don't want to do a whole bunch of rattling right at first. We'll see how that works out.
I had just shut the camera off and was sitting there just looking at the beauty of where I was at. And I looked over my shoulder and here come this nice buck. I was having to turn around and having to film yourself is just, it's hard. To be the cameraman and the hunter, it throws some difficulties out there.
Quack. Quack.
Nice, nice. Thank you, Lord. I just smoked that big old boy. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I just smoked it. down right there. Thank you, Jesus. Oh my gosh. Well, here comes my buddy Gary. He told me last night that if I killed one to call him and he'd come and drag it out. So here he is. Hey, buddy.
Hey.
You told me if I killed one to call you, you would drag it out for me. Ain't that what you said?
Yep. Got one on the ground?
Yep.
Yep, let's go.
Now I got me a cameraman that can help me take some video. Sweet.
Sort of.
Right here's the arrow. It zipped right through. Look at the. It's kind of dried up now because it's been about an hour and a half. But look at the blood. The knock is still burning bright, and the old blood ring. That tells me that it's definitely lung blood right there, baby. I think at Exodus is ready to kill another buck. Maybe one in Kansas.
Looks like it.
He just made a little circle. No kidding, he's probably maybe 50 yards from the stand. Right down there, here he is. It's just I'd say it's a pretty good hole. This big old boy came through this morning, Gary, and I was pumped up, I'll have to say. It's when I seen him go behind the cedar tree, I seen how big his body was, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's a big deer. And then he came out, and I thought, you know what? For self-videoing, it's a 4-year-old deer. Even though his rack isn't as big as a lot of them that I've killed, he's still a mature deer, and big old floppy ears. And
Yep.
I thought, I'm taking him. And it'll be a good one to get out of the gene pool. Look how thick his horns are. They're not, our antlers, don't have a lot of height, but he's got some mass to him, and just a good deer to take, so I'm happy with it. To be able to kill that buck, capture it all on video, and to just soak in the outdoors like that morning, like I did that morning, was very rewarding to me. However, as a hunter, I was ready to head to Kansas and try to replay this whole thing.
Are you ready to take your outdoor video to a new level? CampbellCameras.com, Sony and Canon have teamed up to elevate you into the incredible world of high definition. Call or go online now to order your free catalog and start enjoying the sport of filming hunts.
Been watching a pretty good 10-pointer for the last couple years, and he's definitely a shooter this year. Hopefully we got some pictures of him on the other camera. I'm hoping he's still around, that he didn't get that disease and die or something, but we'll find out. Simple as that. Let's go kill us a big buck now. We got a few more trail cameras to check, and then I'm gonna get in a tree. It's cold enough the next couple days. I think we'll see him again, maybe. They're out cruising.
Well, now I'm off to Kansas, and I could not wait to get out there and check the trail cam photos to see if that big buck was still in the area. Once I got there, I seen he was still in the area, and he was even moving in daylight hours, so it gets you pumped up. Unfortunately, when I saw that big buck coming, he looked a little bit different than he did in the trail cam pictures. I don't know what he is. I can't tell yet. That dog's gotta be bedded down there. Being a mature buck, he evidently was doing a lot of fighting, and he had broke off his whole right side. So I was pretty disappointed. Naturally, as a hunter that I've seen that deer from 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, that I knew even if he presented me with the shot that I would not take that deer. And all I could hope for is that he made it through this past season, and maybe I'll get a chance at him next year. The plans of God and the plans of men are often two different things. However, sometimes they do intersect, but like this year, I had all kinds of plans of my own, but in the end, most of them got derailed. One thing that I've learned in my life, whether it's with hunting, the outdoors, my job, my wife, life in general, is that God's plan is always better than my own. And knowing that gives me more peace and comfort in my life than I could ever put into words. I'll drag this part, Gary, the downhill part. We're gonna go right up that deer tree. Yeah, he's trying to rub a tree on his head. To be able to kill that buck, capture it all on video, and was really, really, really rewarding.
And the doctor gave me some inspirational words this morning. He said, it's gonna hurt pretty bad when I take all this off and when I pull them tubes out.
Watching that arrow sail over that buck's back was pretty disappointing. However, if I would have had a cameraman, I would have probably been a lot more calm and not have to worry about doing everything myself. So I know you guys are probably tired of me whining about not having a cameraman, so maybe somebody will go with me. I don't know, but maybe. Anyway.